World, I'm back. And in today's video, I want to talk about how important it is to chip away at things and create momentum. You know, momentum isn't just there. It's created. It's built up. And it's built up by tiny little steps. And I never forgot why it was so important when you're learning how to play baseball to put the ball on a tee. You put the ball on a tee when you're playing baseball because if you threw a 90-mile-an-hour fastball at a 3-year-old, he would never play baseball again. He would be totally scared and it'd be done for him. Instead, you put it on a tee and you get him used to hitting the ball. And once he hits the ball, he builds confidence. And this is kind of like business, you know, or working out, or any other action you want to take. Working out is definitely something that I struggle with all the time, and for the last week I've been building momentum, been having a good time. And I never forget what one of my clients told me. He was a personal trainer. I've done over 1,000 business plans. I've had over 1,000 clients. Thank every one of you guys, if you guys are watching. I appreciate it. I learn from you guys. Hope you guys learn from me. I'm sure you guys do. But I remember one client had me all amped up about working out, and he said to me, I said, I'm gonna go to the gym for an hour later on today. I think I said to him, or tomorrow, or something like that. And he said to me, don't worry about going to the gym for an hour. He goes, don't worry about doing 30 push-ups. Do one, Nick. Do one. I thought this was so interesting because I've seen this theme recur again and again and again with everything from, my client work. I'll give you an example. This week, I had a crap load of work, man, and I was feeling under the gun, under a lot of pressure. And a lot of times what happens when we have a lot of pressure is most people, we cave in, right? And just want to hide under a rock, man. I wanted to get under my sheets and hide, right? And what got me out of that funk was actually doing, right? So, but you don't do in big tranches. This is a mistake that I made early in my career, right? You're like, okay, well then I'll just put an hour of work in and I'll tackle this. No, you want to do 1 minute of work, 5 minutes of work, because when you put the task, it's like saying, I'm going to read this book today. If you say, I got to read this book today, oh my God, that task is hard. It's like read one page. One page is easy. And what it does is it builds this momentum, because usually if you say, I'm just going to read one page, what ends up happening is you read more than one page, right? You end up reading maybe a page and a half, maybe 2 pages, 3 pages, 4 pages. And that builds the momentum. Now it builds confidence. Oh man, that was easy. That wasn't hard. If you say, I'm going to read this book today, and then you don't read it, the opposite happens, right? Not only did you not build confidence, your brain says, well, you're a loser. You didn't accomplish what you said you were going to accomplish. So set the bar low enough that you can jump right over it. And what it does is it'll build momentum. It'll build momentum. So I've seen this again and again and again in business. And this week I started knocking things out of the park because I started with the small things that I can do. What can I do for 5 minutes really quick to make an impact? To check one thing off my to-do list. What's the easiest thing on my to-do list that I can just check off? And check that off. And then you do another thing, then another thing. And before you know it, I do this with studying too, if you ever have a test, right? I don't need to study for an hour or 2 hours or let me allocate 3 hours or 1 hour. No. How about you start with 5 minutes of studying? Just study one thing for 5 minutes. Learn one principle for 5 minutes. And then once you do that, it builds momentum, it builds confidence. And there's a real power in momentum. There's a superpower in momentum. So build it. And once you build it, keep it. And if you lose it, remember this video. Remember how to build it again, right? Build it in little steps and little sections here. That way you can always revert back to, oh wait, I'm in a funk, but I know how to get my momentum back. And once you have momentum, it's very powerful. It's very powerful. What ends up happening is you always do a little bit more, but set that bar low enough that you know you can crush it. And then what will end up happening is you'll do a little bit more, and that confidence will get the momentum, and it'll keep going, and it'll keep going, and it'll keep going. All right, so I hope this video was helpful. Share it with somebody if you think it was good. Like it, subscribe, and never give up on your dreams, man. Be great. If you have an idea for a video, an idea on something you want to learn, something that I can help share my knowledge on, you know, from 20 years as an entrepreneur, real estate investing, business plan writing, going to law school, going to business school, working on Wall Street, put it in the comments section below, and I'll be more than happy to make a video about it. Hope you guys are great. Be great.